The relatively cheap Firewall support was added to MasterDuel and is best used in Mathmech, and we'll show you how with these 3 combos. We'll begin by normal summoning the new card, Firewall Defenser, and immediately link it off for YuGiOh. This will trigger the Defensor to special summon Firewall Guardian from our deck. Link both into a Splash Mage. Triggering Guardian to special summon itself back. Then use Splash Mage to bring back Firewall Defenser. Overlay both firewalls for an Alimbertion. Before using its effect to fetch us Circular. Next, use the Circular's effect dumping Nouvoulles to special summon itself. Then we'll use Alimbertion's effect tributing itself to special summon the Nouvoulles from grave. This will trigger Circular to grab a Superfactorial, but since we already have it, we'll grab Equation instead. Now we'll use Nouvoulles' effect tributing itself to special summon Diameter from our deck. Next we'll link off Splash Mage and Diameter into Transcode Talker, which will bring back the Splash Mage. Then we'll link off all remaining monsters into a Terahertz. Terahertz has a quick effect to send a Desaveworm from the extra deck, or any sidburst for that matter, to the grave, which will function as a spell/trap negate, whilst also gaining 2500 attack permanently. Lastly, set the Superfactorial and end our turn. This means that potentially we have up to 5 interruptions from this combo alone, not to mention the cards in our hand. With Superfactorial we can send 1 card from the hand, 1 spell and 1 monster from the field, whilst also being an Omni-negate for this turn when we use Diameter. And Desaveworm from our grave is another spell/trap negate. Not too bad for a 1-card combo. Next up, a combo in a similar vein, but is just using a little more extension in the form of Parallel Exceed. We'll again start by normal summoning the Defensor, linking it off immediately for YuGiOh. This will not only trigger Defensor, but also the Parallel Exceed from our hand. Defensor will summon Guardian and Parallel Exceed will summon itself and its sibling, making them both level 4. Next we'll link off the Guardian and the YuGiOh for Cyber's Wicked. Triggering the Guardian to special summon itself back. With the Wicked we'll banish the YuGiOh to grab a Cyber's Tuner from our deck, so we'll grab Diameter. Then we'll overlay the Guardian and one of the Exceeds to Exceed summon Alimbertion. And we'll use the Alimbertion's effect to search Circular. Next we'll use Circular's effect from the hand to special summon itself by sending specifically the Sigma from our deck. Then we'll tribute the Wicked with Alimbertion to special summon the Diameter from our hand, triggering Circular to grab Superfactorial. Since we no longer control a monster in the extra monster zone, we can use Sigma's effect from grave special summoning itself. With 3 of the level 4s on the field, best to leave Circular on the field for now. We'll then Exceed summon Laplacian and use its effect, detaching 1, to force our opponent to lose a card from hand. Link off Alimbertion and Laplacian into Splash Mage. And use Splash Mage's effect to reborn the Laplacian, before linking both off into Transcode Talker. With Transcode Talker we'll reborn the Wicked, before using all monsters on the field to go into Terahertz. And with Terahertz we'll once again send Desaveworm for a spell/trap negate. Lastly, we'll set Superfactorial and end our turn. This means we ended on a similar board, but also nicked one of our opponent's cards before their turn started, giving us a greater opportunity to win. But we can also perform a different line using Parallel Exceed, banking more in the fact that we run quite some hand traps. Similar as before, we again go Defensor into YuGiOh. Bringing back the Defensor whilst also triggering Parallel Exceed from our hand. When summoning, make sure to keep a zone below the extra monster zone open for later. Okay? Good. Let's continue. Next we'll link the Defensor and the YuGiOh into Splash Mage. Triggering Defensor to summon Guardian, and with Splash Mage we'll bring back the Defensor. Then we'll overlay both firewalls for Alimbertion, and use its effect to grab Circular. Special summon the Circular using its own effect whilst dumping Nouvoulles. Next we'll use Alimbertion's effect tributing itself to special summon the Nouvoulles. This will again allow us to grab Superfactorial with Circular. Now we'll use Nouvoulles' effect tributing itself to special summon Diameter from our deck, before linking off Splash Mage and the Circular for Transcode Talker. Then we'll use Transcode to bring back the Splash Mage and link off the Diameter, Transcode and one of the Exceeds for Terahertz. Terahertz with its quick effect will again send a D-Save Worm from the extra deck to the grave, to Ba Boost and setting up a negate. Next we can go into Heat Soul with the Splash Mage and the remaining Exceed. So we are able to draw some cards. Lastly, set the Superfactorial and end our turn. This is again potentially up to 5 interruptions, but we also drew 2 more cards for additional interrupts. Rough dealing with that. This deck got some additional consistency with the Firewall Engine, plus an additional negate, and wasn't that inconsistent to begin with. For other guides using Mathmechs, with older builds mind you, you can click here, and if you want to see the detailed list for this deck, check the description below. And whilst you are down there, why not post a comment, give this video a like, or even subscribe? Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you need anything else to watch, let the YouTube algorithm introduce you to some videos that are put on your screen about now. Happy viewing!